Hey guys, it's me, Nita. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. So y'all, in today's video, what we are going to be doing is a reset in my living room. Now, I don't know if you guys watched my last video, which was probably almost over a month ago, but if you did, you'll know that I did a collaboration with this company that sent out to me this beautiful L-shaped sofa sectional set, right? Okay, they sent that out to me. I set it up in my living room, but guys, listen. They sent that sofa out to me. I love the sofa. I do love the sofa. But I also love the sofa that I already have in there, okay? And I was torn. I was torn between the two. And I needed y'all help. Some of you went on my community tab because I did put a poll on there, and I needed y'all help. And so y'all helped me decide on which one to leave in my living room. Now, I knew y'all was gonna come through for me because I know my people. I know we on the same page. My husband, he liked the new sectional set. I like the original sofa that I already had in there. So the poll results, guys, was definitely in my favor. And I knew that y'all was gonna come through for me. So you know what? I had to tell Big Dog, put my sofa back in that living room, Big Dog. So guys, I got my sofa back in the living room. Honey, put my sofa back in the living room. I still love the sectional, and y'all, but we are going to go ahead and reset my living room with my sofa that I already had in there. So this is what the living room was looking like with the new sectional. And my husband even came up with the layout, y'all. So he was loving it, and he thought that this sectional was going to be a stay. He thought it was going to be a go. I absolutely love the sectional as well. But like I told you before, I also love my original sofa. Okay, so now guys, what you're looking at is my sofa back in its original space. That is my sofa. That is the sofa that won the poll. That is the sofa that we all agreed upon, you and me. We agreed for that sofa, so that sofa is back. And this is what the space is looking like, entirely emptied out, void of any decor. So we are gonna start from scratch. We're gonna reset this living room with some decor, and we will be rearranging some of the pieces, not all of the major staple pieces, like the heavy pieces. Most of those are gonna stay in place, but you know, like say the potted plant over there. And guys, take a look at that potted plant over there. That plant I have is a temporary plant because something happened to my original plant that I had in there, but we'll talk about that later on because I am going to be replacing that plant back with the original plant that I had in there. But again, this is the overall space of the living room emptied out, and we're gonna go ahead and start adding in some decor pieces and rearranging just some of the smaller furniture pieces. So in my home, I strive for a more modern or organic modern style. And a modern style typically includes clean lines and minimalism. It offers a neutral color palette, and it also typically you'll see open floor plans in a modern style house. And also modern styles does not include a lot of clutter. Okay, so speaking of organic involves lots of earthy and natural pieces, which can include materials such as stone, jute, rattan, woods. It can include some clays and other natural material. Now, the reason I'm drawn to organic is because it offers a very calming, relaxed, and grounded space for me. Now, if I were to just use organic alone, to me, you can get a very rustic farmhouse,
aesthetic. And so adding in some modern pieces, for me, it balances out my style, because I'm not just a typical rustic, organic farmhouse type of person. And so adding in those modern pieces definitely helps to balance out who I am. So for me, organic is cozy, but it's light and it's airy. And organic styles inspires you to feel close to nature, bringing the outdoors in. So large open windows that lets in lots of light and allows you to get the views of the outdoors. And also bringing in house plants and a lot of texture in your space will also help to define that organic feel.
Let me just real quick share this little unknown fact with you guys about me. Lately, when I start filming for you guys, I've been feeling like I need like a little something to sip on, like a beverage or something, maybe like a coffee, a cocktail or something. I just feel like when I'm getting ready to film, I'm actually getting ready to come hang out with you guys and we get ready to have a good time. So I've been needing that little drink. Like, it doesn't have to be an alcoholic beverage. It can be a mocktail, it can be a cocktail, it can be some coffee, but I just feel like it's something that, you know, helps me to relax and be able to connect with you guys, and it just makes me feel like we're actually chilling and we're hanging out. So on that note, I'm getting ready to make me an iced coffee, and so if y'all want to, go ahead and make you a little beverage so that we can chill, try, relax, and talk, because y'all gonna be talking to me in the comments, don't forget, while I go ahead in the living room and get that done. So go ahead and make you something, and let me go ahead and make me an iced coffee. So y'all, this is what I'm gonna make my iced coffee with. This is a new blend by Nespresso. It's called Nola. It was inspired by New Orleans, but I was in the Nespresso store the other day and I test tasted this, and ooh, it's so good. It's so good. I like my coffee really, really strong. Nespresso roasts range from like a 1 all the way up to a 10. And I prefer my roast to be very dark and very strong. So with my Nespresso, I have to have at least a 7. That's pushing it because I really prefer an 8 and up. This is an 8, so it's really good. They said that it is very good with ice, over ice, as an iced coffee. I've been drinking it with my morning coffee, as a hot coffee. And again, this is espresso. This is not the normal cup of coffee. This is the espresso, and this Nola is actually a double shot of espresso. So this is what I'm making my iced coffee with, and guys, it is really, 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 really good.
So for my sweetener, I am using agave, which is derived from a plant. And then I am going to be using oat milk. I also use oat creamer as well sometimes. For my hot coffees, I like to use raw sugar, the turbinado sugar. And so I don't really like white sugar. I don't use white sugar. I like to go with a sweetener that has been less processed. But it's just a matter of preference. All of it needs to be used in moderation because you can still pack on the calories and it all still has fructose. So you just got to be kind of mindful of your consumption of sugars.
I want to say that this is the best blend that I've had from Nespresso. This is really good. Y'all gotta try it. It's called Nola. You got this, if you got the Nespresso machine and you like espresso shots, this is a double espresso, 8 in the strength, super smooth, and absolutely delicious. So y'all, as you can see, I already kind of like put everything in its place, and I kind of like did it off camera because I had to stop for a second, and then when I came back to finish, I didn't set the camera back up. I just kind of did everything. So the last thing that we are going to be doing is this coffee table. So I'm going to put this tray there. Let me give y'all the backstory behind this beautiful, beautiful plant. I don't know the name of it, but it's a very common house plant. But let me give you the backstory of this plant. It's a live plant. I've had this plant for years. If you go back and look at some of my old videos, you'll see this plant. It was much wider. It was much fuller. It was beautiful back then as well. I never took this plant outside, but this particular day I took the plant outside because I wanted to water it and I wanted to wet the leaves and everything, and I wanted to make sure I, just gave it a good watering with the water hose. I would normally just water it from the inside of the house with, a pot or something. But I took it outside, watered it, and left it in direct sunlight. Oh. When I went back outside to get my plant, y'all, the plant was withered. I've already told y'all before in previous videos, I don't have a green thumb. So if it's surviving, it's by the grace of God that the plant is surviving. Most of my live plants in my house I've had forever, and they have been doing quite well. So I really don't touch them. I really don't do too much to them. I just water them like maybe once a week. But for some reason, I don't know why I wanted to take this plant outside to water it. And when I went out to get it, it was just all flopped down and flopped over. I tried to cut some of these off and keep what was there that I thought would, make the plant, just come back to life. I don't know. I was just trying to save the plant. The plant never grew back. It never grew back. I put the plant on out for trash. My mom came over and she said, "What happened to the plant? What happened to your plant?" I was like, I left it in the sun. I gave it a story, whatever. She told me to take it off of the trash pile. I took it off. She told me to cut it down, do whatever I need to do. She told me what to do with it. And I set it outside this time in my backyard in shade. And this is what the plant grew back to be, guys. Great advice. Your mom never steer you wrong, right? But thank you, Mom. So this plant is named Berta. That's my mama's name, Roberta. So this plant is named Berta. This is Berta, y'all. But I had it outside. It grew back, and it was outside for a while. It grew back, and once it got back to this size, I brought it back into the house. So hopefully it can expand like it was previously. But this is the story behind that plant.
So we are going to go ahead and browse this new reset of my living room. I'm going to play some nice little soft music for us. And then we going to sit back and gossip, girl, honey. But it ain't going to be that old nasty gossip, child. Because what I found out over my 50 plus years, and I will be 54 in a few months, is that, honey, sitting back, gossiping, and not uplifting and encouraging, that's just too draining. It puts you in a bad space and it blocks your blessings. And girl, when you reach a certain age, you know what? Let me rephrase that. You don't have to live to reach a certain age. You can live and learn now. Whatever age you're at, just learn on your journey. Learn about you. Learn how to improve yourself. And what I've learned is that to genuinely be able to help someone, you got to first know how to help yourself. You got to be in the right headspace. You got to be physically and able and mentally be in a good space yourself. And so my main objective is to just live. Just live, because there is death all around us. So if I can live my life, have some stability, and be happy, that is all I need. And let me talk a little bit about stability. Stability for me in this culture and in this day and time may be quite different from what others would look at as stability. A lot of people are looking at stability as having wealth, riches, fame, notoriety. A lot of times happiness does not come with that. Now don't get me wrong, I would love to have a fatter bank account. I would love to live in riches and glory. Who wouldn't want that? but learning to be content with what you have is the key. So with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna have a very personal conversation with you guys about me and my children. My children is part of this younger generation, this cultural generation, and so we are always at odds with this specific topic. And it is because I tell them all the time, you know what? It's nothing wrong with chasing a bag. Get your coins up. Get you some businesses going. Do what you have to do to build you a life that you want. But don't lose sight of yourself. Have some balance in the midst of all of that. Stay grounded. Know what's important. Know when to say no and know when to say yes. So the argument comes in when they tell me, they say, Mom, look, you're not old. You're not this. You got so much in you going for yourself. You've had quite a few businesses, all of them done well. And now you just sit back and you don't want to do anything, which I find hilarious to me because I've had a career. I've also ran several of my own personal businesses and I worked and I worked. I tell my kids, I can wake up every day and literally do whatever I want to do. And that's thanks to the good Lord above and to y'all daddy. I tell them, if this is the life that I have built for myself, me and your dad, and this is what I choose to do, and I'm content with it, then it shouldn't be a problem with you or anybody else. And then you have those women who say, you know what, that won't work for me. I need my own independence. And you know what, that's fine. That's fine. Because I have lived an independent life through our marriage. I've had my own income. I've had my own things going on with myself. And to be quite honest, I like this life better, y'all. I really love this life better. Now, at any given day, at any given time, any given moment, y'all, I can up and do whatever it is that I want to do. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I wear so many hats, y'all. I am a certified CO, correctional officer. I am a self-taught designer cake decorator. I am licensed an esthetician, and I am also a licensed personal trainer. So I can make some money. It's just that I choose to sit and be comfortable and stress-free in my life right now. I am truly at a point in my life where I am not going to overextend myself. I'm not going to overwork myself because I have literally already done that in my life. And I don't find, or I do not see the true reward in that. I'm the most happiest and I am so much more relaxed when I have balance. Now, I want to leave this with y'all. And that is putting yourself first. Not in a selfish way, not in a very narcissistic way where you're saying, you know, I don't give a shit about nobody but myself. That's not what I'm saying. Putting yourself first in a way where you are in control of your life. Learn to say no. If it doesn't put you in a good headspace, you can say no. No, I don't want to go. No, I don't want to be around. No to certain things. No to certain people. No to certain environments. Know that you can say no. You don't have to financially or physically feel obligated to help out in every situation. Know that I have a right to say no without feeling any guilt. I can be okay with that because I know who I am. Genuinely loving, genuinely giving, kind-hearted, a ball of laughs, and a good time. Recognizing the value of your life, you'll soon stop subjecting yourself to just any old thing. You will stop allowing yourself to be used, taken advantage of, and you will eventually learn how to enjoy a guilt-free and an amazing life.
So that is it, guys. I hope that you like the reset because I love it. And what they say, if you like it, then I love it. So if I'm loving it, y'all, don't forget to hit that like button. Please, guys, hit that like button. And also don't forget to leave me your comments in the comment section so we can chit chat a little bit. And if you have not yet hit that subscribe button, please, girl, hit the subscribe button. Try what you waiting on. And as I always say, Until the next time, stay well, be blessed, and I love you. Bye-bye.